let me introduce Will Shaw from my office, who's been working on this project, and myself, Stuart House, and Will chip in with things I forget to say. I'll start my timer as well. Welcome everybody, a exciting year on the small projects this year. And this one is really part of a long-standing relationship we have with this school, which is the Good Samaritan Primary School, which is in Roxburgh Park, which used to be the northern edge of Melbourne, sort of a suburban expanse, and a large Catholic primary school, about 700 students, and we've done some work there, as have others, Arthur Andronis, Lawrence Attlee, 6 Degrees, and ourselves. And then the school started in about 1996, and it's about 700 students. What we're looking at today is in this little area here, which we've tried to turn essentially into a courtyard through the creation of some toilets. There weren't any toilets at this end of the school, the eastern end of the school, so we are fixing up a toileting issue and then trying to use that to leverage to create an outdoor learning area as well. Now, there's an existing sort of clump of gum trees here that we retained. Here's a 6 Degrees building. Here's one of our earlier projects. Here's some relocatables that are sort of staying longer than they should, but helping creating an edge for this site. I think one of the things that's worth mentioning is that the works we've been doing here are part of a master plan process we've been involved in now for 10 years, and slowly kind of addressing the needs of the school in terms of contemporary learning and trying to get some clear orientation. Part of that is this central path that runs through the school, which we're seeking to reinforce. And this little toilet building addresses and fronts onto that path. So it's actually a key, even though it's a small project, it's quite key in the master plan, and also creates this courtyard behind it. So a suite of projects that have happened in the past, and some that will happen into the future. It's a long-term custodianship of the site. But this little humble toilet block really tries to punch a bit above its weight. It tries to celebrate toilet use and some of the signifiers we might use in a more sort of progressive era, and also tries to put everything under a big roof, which is supported off these little boxes that have really 3 little boxes with toileting underneath, XY chromosomes, XX chromosomes, and plus chromosomes, the way we're sort of seeing the current way, one way of identifying the use of the toilets. And then this big roof cantilevering over here to some extent is supported on this massive 600 diameter column, which contains overflow and storm and roof drainage in it. This is a plan. So that's a clump of trees. There's a little deck around here that we've put a seating edge around. And then here's our cluster of toileting boxes. And here's our big column. And this courtyard that's created at the back, these trees have sort of seeded themselves and created a nice clump. So we trim those back just slightly, but really the tree shade and the canopy provides, and this seat edge provides, it's actually a pretty good teaching outdoor learning area for those portables immediately adjacent to it. The toilets are for this really use of this whole end of the school. This is a 6 Degrees BR project in the background. And this has some outlook onto this courtyard as well, which we've sort of been able to build on. What we have is really a series of solid boxes with polycarbonate kind of highlight windows. They've also got skylights in them, so they don't have any immediate windows. We get light in there. The XX and XY and plus symbols cast through on either side. You can read the big lettering from either side. It's a very simple technique. And in terms of the roof, it's a big skillion effectively raking down and sort of connects to the datum of the 6 Degrees BR building here, and sort of becomes part of that suite of colonnades. There's a more detailed plan of the toilets. All the hand wash and what's now bottle fill rather than bubble use in this school all happens outside in these breezeway areas. So sort of big troughs out here for hand washing, water bottle filling in these sort of breezeways that are created in between them. There's one of them there. These frame views to the courtyard and the learning village project opposite. Here's some more traditional representations, some elevational studies. The soffit lining through here is a folded zinc loom system, sort of robust, maintenance-free soffit, and that also becomes the ceiling inside the toilets boxes themselves. That soffit extends all the way out. An FC sheet, big fascia wrapping around the edge. This is typical kind of interior, so very robust, sort of vinyl floor, plywood walls, polycarbonate, and then that zinc loom folded soffit system through there. Compact laminate partitions, for those of you interested in robust toilet design. And then here a section, trusses through here. Project built through the lockdown, as many of them are, I'm sure you're seeing today. And here's a couple more images there. You can see the lettering there passing through. And there's the 6 degrees building through there. A lot of sort of complicated concrete work to get a 0-step solution. It was actually quite complicated from a levels point of view. But here, looking through to that column and the gum trees, that's our last image there, which shows I guess the system of the facade, which is a compressed fibre cement sheet. Will, what was the product we used in the end? Went around a few iterations.
I forget the name, actually, I'll find it.
And then we had a radially sawn timber batten face fixed to that. And so the lettering is really achieved through just omitting the battens from those areas. So I think that's it. Thank you.